Hi, I'm Anri Truter, the winemaker at Beyerskloof. Yeah, and Beyerskloof started in 1988, and it was an interesting story. My dad was winemaker at that stage at Kanonkop, and he went up in '87 for the Diners Club Winemaker of the Year award. And after a long conversation with the CEO of Diners Club, they decided together that they wanted a farm down in Stellenbosch. Beyers flew down from Joburg with sort of a song in his heart, came down to Stellenbosch and came across this little patch of land now called Beyerskloof. Initially there was only a donkey and a few ducks on the farm, and then in '89 he planted the first vineyards here. So that's how Beyerskloof started. The name is an interesting story, which is always nice to tell. Beyers is at that stage a neighbor from Liefland, Paul Bernardi, told him he had a few names registered. Beyers went across one evening, had a few glasses of wine with him, and then one of the names by coincidence was Beyerskloof. Well, I am the winemaker. I've been winemaker now from 2007, so that's 13 years. So we're actually 5th generation on this farm. I wanted to go in game ranging, and only at a later stage when I started tasting the product, I actually fell in love with wine. So I went to study at Elsenburg, and in 2006 I joined as assistant winemaker, and as I said, 7 I started making the wine here. I gave over the cellar. It's just a privilege to work with the wines, the vineyards, the viticulture, and just to be in the industry. I think we've wonderful people in the industry, and just working with Beyerskloof, we're like a family. From marketing to the guy in the vineyard, we all know each other in and out, and we're just a family business. At Beyerskloof, our focus is Pinotage. We basically make everything from a white Pinotage blend to a Pinotage port. We've got lovely facilities with the restaurant that's got Pinotage burger. We sell Pinotage salami, so we're Pinotage mad and passionate about Pinotage at Beyerskloof basically. We didn't start with Pinotage initially. Only in 1995 we started with Pinotage, more easy drinking, commercial style Pinotage. And then after that we started building. 2001 we started with the reserve, and at that stage it was 2007. Myself and my dad and Anri, our marketer, sat around a table and we decided we have to produce something that's super premium and show Pinotage in its best form. And at that stage Diesel just passed away. It was our dog, Great Dane Boerboel cross, weighed 97 kilograms, and had such an influence on the farm for many years. And we decided we're going to call our Premium Pinotage Diesel. The Diesel Pinotage is basically the best barrels in the cellar that Beyers, myself, select. And we sometimes get some winemakers from outside in to help and taste us, just to get a broad spectrum. But we then, after that, select only the best 20 barrels for that specific wine. It comes from 2 or 3 specific blocks. One from Creekpool, that's more scale type soils. It gives you a bit more middle structure complexity. And then from our normal just Beyerskloof vineyard farm, we've got more a gravelly soil, block A, that gives you balance. And I think that's the main idea about this one. Great balance, lovely dark fruits, complex, great middle, cedar oak, and lovely length on the finish. Pinotage Reserve is a step up from our normal Pinotage. It all comes from our own vineyards. Block selection, where we specifically look after the vineyards a specific way, break away leaves to get more sun in. That helps with color and more fruit flavors that come through. We all do everything at the Beyerskloof cellar. Open fermenters, punch downs every 2 hours for 4 to 5 days. And then afterwards it will go into barrel. 20%, 30% new French oak, and the rest second and third fill barrels. So it is basically the best Pinotage on the farm. Obviously Diesel is a selection, but this is basically the best Pinotage on the farm from specific spots. And I mean, if you take the wine, It's got a deep color, intense, and I always Premium Pinotage I associate with black fruits, blackcurrant, cherries, plumness, and that's what you get in this wine. Less oak, but lovely hints of it at the back, and then also lovely length and balance on this wine. The two wines that's in the top 20, I mean, the Pinotage Reserve you can basically purchase on the farm and all around the country. You'll at some premium spars, Pick n Pays, Makroes, Checkers sells it. So it's a wine that you can find in most of South Africa's towns. Diesel is a bit more exclusive, so selective wine shops on the farm, maybe on an online shop, and here and there overseas as well. But it's very limited, so you won't find it around every corner and in every store. So if you want some of it, definitely put your name down so we can contact you and try to get you to buy a case or two of it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys at Beyerskloof for a glass of Pinotage. Cheers!